Okay.
Really?
Stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
It's not funny. Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Book and Bullshit, where topic made up and you don't matter. Go gulag.
Are you okay?
Today's episode brought to you by the color red.
Wow.
And
So I guess we should do the language challenge. Or the accent challenge.
I was gonna say I can't speak Russian.
but you can't do an accent either. But
Hey, that's pretty good.
okay.
Anyway, topics are made up, opinions don't matter, blah, blah, blah. I'm Zachary Chopchinsky, the Bowtie author, USA Today bestseller. That's right, I fucking said it. I'm here with Martina McAtee, the queen of Snark and Dark, also a USA Today bestseller, though she won't say it for some stupid reason. Hey, Martina.
Hi, Zach.
How are you?
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
Because you just keep saying it. It literally hurts my heart every time you fucking say
Just
it.
wait until if I ever hit, like, New York Times.
We're no longer friends.
What if I bring you with me?
I don't know if it's worth it.
it's
Like, we finally made it. We're worth millions. And you're just like, hi, Zachary Chopchinsky. I was on a New York Times bestseller list. And they're like, sir, we're arresting you for fraud. And you're like, but that's okay. Have you read my book?
I can sign it for you. Here, why don't you buy a book? That'll help with
They're
those
like,
fraud
yes, sir.
charges.
Could you put your name right here? Wait, this is a booking sheet.
God damn it.
This is how they got me the last time, too.
You know, I was always...
I'm not here to sign autographs at all.
No, but you're here to live out that male erotica you've been talking about for years.
Don't worry, Martina's here to give you some pointers.
Well, they all give you pointers. Get in there, twink. What? You heard me.
You're an otter.
Here's some bears.
So much hair. Is he choking? No, he has a hairball. I just have some vision of some fucking bear trying to groom Zach. Just like, like the cats trying to groom each other.
Hello, Charles.
That didn't take long to devolve into porn at all.
God damn it. We're here. We have official book business to discuss. All right. So, Martina.
Yes.
Hey.
Aye.
Well, I think today we're talking about AI. A-I-O.
Ohio?
Ohio.
I feel like we're writing a musical all of a sudden. A-I-O, Ohio.
Rihanna's about to come in. Ella, Ella.
Fucking Cardi B with her, like, weird noise. Yeah.
Did somebody just turn my car alarm on?
Aw. He's like, stop laughing.
I'm not laughing at you, Chunk. It's okay. So, Martina, do you want to talk about AI at all, or are we just going to stick with porn?
I looked for AI-generated porn, but it doesn't seem to exist. And it's shot me down a rabbit hole that even I didn't want to go down. And you know what that means.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So, AI...
In other news, the FBI should be at your door shortly. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn it. So, I'm using your computer. AI, artificial intelligence. We could all use some.
True.
Yes.
So today we are going to talk about AI, science fiction, and then we're going to talk about some AI-generated fiction.
Huh.
Wow, way to phone that in, Zach. Jesus Christ.
The emotions here, and the Oscar goes to... Huh.
Is there an acting challenge? Jesus. Is there a podcaster challenge? You're failing.
Yeah, later on we're going to get into some... you guys should go check out our Patreon. I'm going to tell you now, I'm pretty excited because we've identified internet challenges that I will be doing later. And I'm really excited for them, except for the explosive diarrhea I'm probably going to get from one of them.
None of us are excited about that.
Except me.
Literally none of us.
Why would you?
Because I don't have to push.
Because apparently he has a lot of weird fetishes. Floppy paws. Floppy paws.
Sorry.
They're just so cute. My dog has the cutest paws in the whole world, and sometimes you just gotta take his paw and flop it around.
You know what? There's a new Patreon tier that I'm inventing it right now, which is it's our animals.
It's just dogs and floppy paws and cute cats.
That's the name of our porn themed podcast.
No, that can't be. That will
Dogs and
definitely
floppy
get
paws.
that will definitely get us arrested.
Damn it. We'll think of something.
If you would like to contribute a name to our new porn podcast, let us know what you think. Like, we think don't do it.
But that's more of our daddy kink episode.
This is just two authors who have nothing to do with the porn industry talking about porn for no reason.
Oh, we're going to start a new segment where we're trying out different sex toys. Why do I always get the dildos? Anyway, AI, artificial intelligence. So, I think it's really interesting how it's definitely portrayed a lot in science fiction, especially some dense science fiction, but like in movies and books and video games and all that. It's, I don't know, I just like how they do it, because they always seem to make it, obviously it's AI, so it's its own like sentient being, it's self-aware and all that shit, which is a bad thing. But I've read some pretty good books where they still manage to like dehumanize it. I don't know.
Dehumanize it, meaning...
Like, it acts like a person, but you know it's not a person. I don't know. It's difficult to explain. Like, you know it's a machine.
I'm trying to think of... Because I remember, like, AI was huge in the 80s and the 90s. Like, it was the premise...
Was doing his shit.
It was the premise of so many, like, books and movies in, like, the 80s and the 90s. The problem is that I am not a sci-fi person at all. At all. I don't like it in movies. I don't like it in books. I'm sorry.
Why not?
It
seems wrong.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Like, I just don't care about space.
Space!
Like, I just don't care about it. Like, if somebody's like deep in space, I'm like, oh fuck, never mind. Like, I check out immediately.
Not all science fiction is in space.
I know, but it's just that whole...
Martina doesn't want to boldly go anywhere.
Well, like, I'm not a big fan of... That is very true. That should literally just... Boldly going nowhere. That's the name of my autobiography.
That nobody's going to read.
Exactly. Because I'll never publish
Nobody
it.
loves us.
I'm not a big fan of, like, alien, like, storylines. I'm not a big fan of, like... just... in general, like, the science-y stuff. Like, if it's medical science, I'm totally down. But, like, anytime it's to do with, like, space. That's it. That's the part of science fiction that I'm not into. Tell me some other science fiction genres, because, like, I guess, is the stuff like Terry Pratchett and stuff considered science fiction? Or is that more fantasy? Because they always squeeze the two together.
They're science fantasy.
Oh, God.
Which is technically what you write, Zach.
Science fantasy.
Is that science fiction?
Yeah, because it's not... It's a mixture of science fiction and fantasy. It has elements of both.
SFF.
SFF
That's
and...
literally what they call it.
Oh, Rihanna. Rihanna.
And yet I'm super obsessed with the show Roswell, which has to do with aliens, so I don't know.
Aliens.
They can't see you. Idiot.
Wow. Bitch. Anyway. One of my favorite depictions of an AI, it started off in video games, but then it went into books, and then it went into films, is the AI in Halo. Because Halo, everybody knows Halo by the video games, but Halo's actually spawned several movies, one of them done by Ridley Scott, that was like straight to Netflix. It was a Netflix film. And a whole series of books also spawned from that actually went further into the stories behind the whole video game thing. But they did it really well because the AI in that they became the fear with all AIs in that book, in that universe, is they always have to eliminate them after a few years because they become so self-aware that they become psychotic and self-destructive, and they're like shooting off missiles and all that other crazy shit. And I really like that because it speaks to the psychology of it. Like when something that's artificial created becomes self-aware and sentient, like to what extent will it just start just doing whatever the hell it wants? Because it also, you can't develop morals. Like you can't program morals. Like that's an ethical, sociological aspect. So when they're like, why can't I just? That's the bad guy.
You know what? We should have talked to Megan about this because in the book that she is currently writing, that I'm currently beta reading, she's got an AI in it.
Well, where the fuck were you?
It literally did not occur to me.
So I like that one because from the psychology aspect of it, it just seems more real. It's like, well, yeah, if you, like, you know, the whole thing in that is, you know, they'll be looking like, oh, hey, you know, that city, there's bad guys in that. Okay, well, let's just blow up the whole city. Well, no, they're only one building. But it's just easier to blow up the city. Let's just blow up the city. Like, that kind of thing, they just don't care. And I like that. It's kind of like, we were talking about iRobot. Same thing. Like, they just don't have that capacity to, like, global give a shit.
Yeah, there's this video game that my child is obsessed with where, like, there's an entire population of, like, AIs, and they're, like, housekeepers and nannies, and I can't fucking remember it. No, it's not The Sims. It's a really big video game.
Oh, you're talking about Fallout 4.
No, I am not.
Yeah, because they have the synths.
Oh my god, listen to me. I promise you, it is a completely separate video game.
I'm not saying yeah to you. I'm saying, but yeah, that's another big one that I didn't think about. It's like the whole synth thing.
This game is literally about a AI who escapes with an abused child because she's tired of watching the father abuse the child, and she escapes. And then this other AI is a cop, and he's like basically sent to just bring back all the AIs that basically go rogue.
This game sounds too real to be fun.
She is very attached to these characters, and it doesn't in any way, shape, or form seem fun to me. But she's also obsessed with the people who play these characters because I guess they got married in real life, and you know, fan fiction kind of thing. It's like when two characters you like, the real actors get married. You know, it's a big deal. But I'm sure if I texted her, she'd tell me the name of it if she actually bothered to respond at all. But Portal had that. Did you play Portal?
I don't hate you.
Yeah. The cake is a lie. Like, but she had the most, like, just cutting responses. She's like, she had no feelings, and she wanted to hurt your feelings, which is even worse.
Oh, yeah. I don't know which one I liked more. Was it Portal 1 or Portal 2? I almost feel like Portal 2, the zingers got, because they owned it a little bit more. Like, they realized how much from Portal 1 that became a thing. So I feel like in Portal 2, they did more to it.
She says, in layman's terms, speedy things go in, speedy things come out. So fucking stupid. And she says it with just the most
just robotic
yeah. Soothing voice. Okay, you talk while I text.
Oh, I thought you were, my bad. No, but it's, you know, that's another one that I didn't think about it, you know, which is funny because, you know, talking about fan fiction, so it's a genre that spawned literature, but Fallout, the whole Fallout series is riddled with fan fiction, and a lot of it's fantastic. But Fallout 4 deals with that, the whole AI aspect, and it's really interesting because they're robots and they're supposed to be helping, but they become self-aware, and then they become people, and there's whole networks of people that are trying to free these robot slaves because they're not humans, but they're consciously aware. It's kind of similar along the debate of, like, dolphins in captivity. Like, it's so cruel to have animals like dolphins in captivity because they're so intelligent.
Well, have you watched Westworld?
No.
On HBO?
I've seen Waterworld.
Definitely not the same thing. So Westworld is, I've only kind of half watched it because I don't know it bothers me because the very first scene is this girl, it looks like they're in the Old West, and this girl is kind of just going about her life, and then she basically gets kidnapped and assaulted, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? But then next thing you know, it starts all over again. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And it turns out that basically they've created this entire world that is all robots, and people pay to basically just go in there and do whatever they want to these robots, whether it's shoot them or rape them or kill them or whatever. But they don't know they're robots. So they don't know, and then every day it kind of gets rewound. You know, they like basically deprogram them, and you know, so it's like it never happened.
Did you read this series? Sorry, you can't.
I've read nothing.
Okay. This is very similar to that.
Really?
The Eye of Minds, which was the first book in the Mortality Doctrine from James Dashner, the same person who wrote the Maze Runner series.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as good, in my opinion, as the Maze Runner series, but it's basically about this world where you play these video games, and they're very similar to one thing that we had been talking about at some point, where the video games are more interactive, like you get hooked into them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a virtual reality game, and you feel like you're actually in the game, and your mind really is. So you go into this virtual world, and you can walk around, and you can go into games where you can kill people or whatever you want to do. It's like a whole city of stuff that you can go in and do. And they're AIs, but they don't know that they are. So there's these AIs that are walking around who don't know that they're not human.
Right.
And it's very similar to that.
But I found the whole thing kind of sad. But also, I found it annoying because for the first episode, she just keeps reliving the same day over and over again. And so you just keep hearing her say the same fucking thing over and over again. So it was really hard for me to get past that very first, like, episode.
Yeah.
And then it just, I don't know, it just all seemed really sad. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the part of it. Like, because in the shows and stuff, a lot of times they do give them feelings, you know, like, and they don't realize they're robots, and like then it's like, and then it just becomes sad.
Yeah.
You know,
how that book became a thing and is still a thing and didn't get sued is amazing, because I just looked it up, because what you're describing sounded exactly like a movie I liked with Gerard Butler called Gamer. It's made in 2009, 5 years before this book came out. Same thing. It follows, basically they take like there's different aspects to it, right? But they take prisoners, and where it follows Gerard Butler's character, where it's like Call of Duty, but when you're playing, the human you're playing with is a life-convicted prisoner.
No, that is nothing like this.
And but hang on, but you know, but as you play, as you die, real people, the real prisoner dies. It's prisoners fighting prisoners, and you're controlling them because you're plugged into this game. But then also there are like whole cities that are like Sims characters where you play as an avatar, but you're controlling real humans, and they're kind of running around doing that.
The difference in this is that this is a game where in our world, a human willingly hooks themselves into this game, takes their own mind into this virtual world, and it's them. They're playing as themselves. They're not playing other people. They are themselves in this world, in this virtual world. Everything feels real to them because they're hooked into all these sensors. Like, they actually, like, get into these boxes. They have to lay down in these boxes to play this game, because it hooks them into sensors, and so they go and they can feel what it feels like to really die.
Is that like Ready Player One?
When they go in,
no, Ready Player One is a completely different
concept.
concept.
Go in and they have sex, or they eat something, they can really taste it. They can really feel it. Everything is real.
It's the Matrix.
It is kind of like that, yeah. So that's different, I think, in that respect. I don't think it's similar enough where they would have had an issue like with copyright or anything like that. That's a good book that has an AI in it. I also, before we started recording, I mentioned the Illuminae series, which is a really good. Martina wouldn't like it because it literally is about space.
Space.
I hate space.
Martina would love it.
Markiplier.
It's the same. It's the same reason I don't like the ocean. It's too vast. I don't like it.
I would never want to go into space, but I don't mind reading about space, if that makes sense. I just don't want to go there.
Well, it's like I don't mind reading about aliens as long as they're here and we're not going there.
They can come here. I'm not going there.
Oh, there's also 2 more funny lines that somebody mentioned from Portal.
Go ahead.
She says, "It says so right here in your personnel file. Unlikable. Liked by no one. a bitter, unlikable loner whose passing shall not be mourned. Shall not be mourned. That's exactly what it says. Very formal, very official. It also says you were adopted, so that's funny too. And then the other one is the Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak. In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center reminds you to disregard its advice. That shit's funny.
Yeah. He's out cold.
He is. He's snoring.
No, the big one.
Oh, he's snoring too. And he just looks like he's broken. His limbs are literally like, it's like somebody put him together wrong. It's just like...
Always read directions when assembling your doggo.
It's like, have you ever seen a spider that just crumbles up when it dies? Like their legs kind of go in the wrong direction. That's kind of what it looks like. Of course, that's also how spiders trick you into thinking they're dead. And then they're fucking not. They're not.
Fuck that. Alright, so let's go into this a little bit. And now, don't you have... So, we were talking earlier about AI spawned things. Or AI created things. Storylines, scripts, things like that. So what is that?
So, there's these things called I Fed a Bot. And I'm sure you've seen them, especially on places like Board Panda and stuff. And it's like, I forced a bot to watch, whatever, 85 million books of, like, whatever. Or I forced it to watch commercials. Or I forced it to watch infomercials. Or I fed Harry Potter, all 7 books, into an AI and asked it to write its own Harry Potter story. And this is what it did. So that's basically what it is. We're not entirely sure these are real. Or if these are just really good writers, but they're fucking hilarious nonetheless. Right. So I've pulled a few for Zach to read to you guys.
Yay!
I don't like your lack of enthusiasm.
Yay!
I didn't say I don't like your tone.
Yay!
So we can, honestly, you can just kind of scroll through if you want. There's literally like 25 of them. So, but the top one is, yeah, you can do that. It does it. It's a thing. Good thing, because if not, you just fucking broke the hinges on my laptop, you dumb shit.
All right. Tablet mode engaged. Or single, I don't know.
We don't know its life.
All right, so the first one here is Bob Ross.
Are you going to read it like Bob Ross?
I don't know what Bob Ross sounds like.
Oh, then don't.
I can't remember. It's been years since I watched
Seriously?
Bob. It's been years
He's
since
very
I watched Bob
soft-spoken.
Ross.
Bob Ross always talks like this. Talks about painting happy little trees.
Bob Ross has gotten into some really good shit.
Exactly. Bob Ross was stoned every day of his life. And he died with a fucking smile on his face.
Bob Ross stands in front of a black canvas that doesn't know how lucky it is. Bob smiles. His teeth aren't hiding today. Bob Ross, today we'll paint a mountain that owes us nothing. Bob picks up his painting weapons. Bob Ross continued. I will be using 3 colors, baby blue, hot pink, and hot baby.
I think I have hot baby on my nails right now. What did you do? Stop it, Zach.
Bob mixes the colors together. They will never be alone again. It doesn't matter what they want. Bob Ross continued.
Damn it, Bob Ross. It's all about consent.
Painting. Bob Ross continued. Painting was invented by a tiny bird that wanted to be rich. Okay, let's meet Mr. Mountain. Bob paints a mountain. The one from nature.
Not that other one.
Bob Ross. It's all about you, Mountain. Bob paints a cloud. Bob Ross. Oh, I went to school with that cloud. Bob paints a forest. Bob Ross. These trees are up to something, but I won't tell the police. Now, what more does this painting need?
I won't tell the police.
Bob stares into the camera. Paint leaks out of him. Bob
That
Ross.
sounds horrifying.
That's right. It needs you. Bob paints you on top of the mountain. You are at peace. Bob Ross. If you need help, ask the cloud. The cloud won't help you.
Sometimes it scares me because these AIs definitely write some funnier shit than I do.
Oh my god. Okay, number 2. Here's one for you, honey. Olive Garden commercial. A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food. Waitress, pasta nachos for you?
Pasta nachos sounds fucking bomb as shit.
We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated.
As they should be.
Friend 1, the menu is here. Waitress, lasagna wings with extra Italy.
Sounds delicious. Oh.
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary. Friend 2, I shall eat Italian citizens. Waitress, unlimited stick.
Oh. Zach also tries to offer unlimited stick when he's at Olive
We see
Garden.
the unlimited stick. It is infinite. It is all. Friend 3, leave without me. I'm home. Waitress, gluten classico from the kitchen. We the gluten classico. We believe the waitress that it is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing. Friend 1, what is wrong with friend 4? Friend 4 says nothing. Friend 2, friend 4, what is wrong? Friend 4? Friend 4 smiles wide. Oh shit.
What did you do?
Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup. Announcer in a wet voice. Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
When you're here forever.
Oh my god. Number 3.
Secret soup.
White House briefing. Sarah Huckabee Sanders angers her way up to the podium. Sarah, good afternoon. Couple of announcements. I don't actually wish you to have a good afternoon, and the president hates you all. Questions? Journalist raises their hands. Sarah, there will be no answers. Journalist still raises their hands. It's all they know. Sarah, fine, but make the questions good or I'll explode into spiders.
Press briefings would be so much more interesting if this was all true. It would also explain her eye if she actually was part spider.
Forrest Whitaker shit she's got going on. Journalist 1, is the president downloading Russian spies into his son? Sarah, 2 things. 1, if Russia is real, show it to me on a map, news pig. Sarah holds up a map of Hogwarts, the wizard day camp. Sarah, you can't because it's not real. And 2, the president does not exist. Next question. Journalist 2, are we still building the wall? Sarah, I will have a wall built with your questions and your bones. Every day you will try to slay me. I get death threats. They feed me. A threat is a meal. I eat meals for meals. 3 meals a day, 10 times a day. Next. Journalist 3, why do you hold that glowing skull? Sarah does not answer. The skull glows brighter. Number 4, infomercial.
Make sure you're reading the interior, exterior stuff for this one.
Oh, interior garage. A man uses a saw to cut up a different saw. Voiceover. Has this ever happened to you? The man's saw explodes. He is unhurt but angry. Voiceover continued. Your saw explodes but doesn't leave a delicious plate of lasagna at the point of the explosion. The man looks towards the screen. Man, life without lasagna isn't real. A giant red X appears over the man, indicating he should die.
Wow, infomercials are intense.
Voiceover, hashtag never again. Interior, more fuckable garage.
What?
It says more fuckable garage.
Okay.
A more fuckable man uses a saw to cut up a pile of teeth. Voiceover, just watch. The man continues to saw. Voiceover, keep watching. The man continues to saw. Voiceover, any second now. The man's saw explodes. After the smoke clears, there is a delicious plate of lasagna at the top of a pile of teeth.
Oh, gross.
More fuckable man. These teeth can stay. Whatever product that makes this happen is never mentioned.
Cutting up a pile of teeth.
Number 5, Saw 9. Saw with da ba da dang da dang diggy diggy.
So what we've learned from this is that it wasn't an AI who wrote this, but Zachary. Oh god, my fucking stomach hurts. I'm laughing so
Okay,
hard.
that's legit. Number 5 is Saw 9. Saw with the baw, da dang, dinky dinky. Interior, whale.
Yes, that's right. Whale, as in a whale.
A sexy woman, Becky Sex Woman, is covered in blood, chained to a bed. She is in a whale, but doesn't know it yet. Becky, blood is supposed to be inside my body, not outside it. An old TV turns on. We know it's old because it's covered in cobwebs and voted for Trump.
That's the name of this episode.
Yes.
The doll from the other movies appears on the screen, but this time he's sexier. We know he's sexier because he's covered in sex webs. Sexy doll. Hello, Becky. Want to play a game? Becky. Yes, of course. Don't be silly. Yes, 100% game, please. Becky still doesn't realize she's inside a whale. Becky, or sexy doll. Becky, you're inside a whale. Becky now realizes she's inside a whale. She's fine with it.
Of course she is.
Sexy doll. I hid the key inside this whale inside your pancreas. Oh, I hid the key to this whale inside your pancreas. Becky whispers to self, good thing I'm a pancreas doctor. Sexy doll. But since I know you're a pancreas doctor, I took out all of your pancreas and put it in one of your kidneys. The cool one. Becky whispers to self, oh, fuck, I don't know kidneys. A countdown starts counting down from 1 hour on the TV. Sexy doll. Whoa, what the fuck is that? I didn't do that. What? Who did that? The whale did that.
I don't know kidneys. For the record, that sounds like half the doctors I've worked with. Fuck, I don't know kidneys.
Oh my god. Number 6. Airline safety video. Interior airplane. We see a flight attendant walking down the aisles. Flight attendant. Welcome to plane. Welcome to plane. This plane can't be trusted, but you can. To be alive, always wear your seatbelt. They hold up seatbelt that is not connected to any seat.
Why?
Flight attendant. There are 2 exits in plane. This one here. They point to their head. Flight attendant. And this one there. They point nowhere. Flight attendant. If you are seated in exit row, you are now pilot. We see an empty exit row. The plane will not take off. Flight attendant. In case there is a disturbed cloud, oxygen masks will come for you.
Come for you.
They show an oxygen mask. It is not made of oxygen. Why? Now, when I say whys, they're in here, but they're not a question. They're a statement.
Why? Period.
Why? Flight attendant. There's just enough masks for most people to have masks. Now, if the water is where the plane chooses to go, don't worry. Your seats can float far away from you. They smile. They are not worried. They aren't on your plane. Flight attendant. Young children must be turned off to place in airplane mode.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome?
They hold up a child and switch it into airplane mode. Yes. Flight attendant. Flying is illegal, so don't tell. Number 7, Jeopardy! Interior, Jeopardy Dome. 3 contestants stay far away from Alex Trebek. They are all named Lewis and make the game fair. Trebek. Lewis, you have all the power. Lewis number 1. Give me rocks for $50 billion. Words appear on a blue screen. Trebek doesn't trust them, but he reads them. It's his job until he dies alone. It is.
It is. Oh, he is dying, though. That's not funny anymore.
Trebek. In China, they have these. Lewis 3 buzzes in. Lewis 3, what are rocks? Trebek. No, don't talk again. Lewis 2 buzzes in. Lewis 2, what are big rocks? Wrong. Enough from you. Trebek takes Lewis 2's life essence. Lewis 1 says buzz. Lewis 1, what are Danny DeVito's? Trebek. Yes, keep going. Lewis number 1, give me places with Oreos for $19.
$19.
The blue square has no words on it. Trebek throbs with power, but he is silent. Lewis 3 doesn't know the answer. Lewis 2 is dead. Lewis 1 buzzes in. Lewis 1, what is right here? Trebek, false! No Oreos exist in my realm. Lewis 1 pulls an Oreo out of his stomach. Trebek screams in Canadian as his body turns into lava. We cut to commercial. God, how many are there?
You don't have to read every single one of them.
Oh.
There's 25 of them. I didn't expect you to just keep going.
Oh. I thought I was ride or die in this bitch. I'm like a minute. Well, I'm already on Seinfeld, so. Number 8, last one. Seinfeld. Interior, Seinfeld place. George and Elaine sit on the couch. Jerry eats a plate of cereal. George is upset. Elaine is Elaine. George. A bird stole my job. It's not fair. Elaine. Don't blame the bird. George. I wasn't blaming the bird. Jerry. You were blaming the bird. The door shatters open. It's the Kramer. Dressed like the Statue of Liberty. The Kramer. Well, I'm the government now. Jerry. How can this be? The Kramer. I just asked. Elaine. You can just ask? The Kramer. You can just ask. You can just ask. The Kramer eats Jerry's plate. George. Well, maybe the bird requires blame. The Kramer. Why is George? Elaine. He blames the bird. Jerry. He blames the bird. The Kramer. Bird blaming? Not when I'm the government. Repent! 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 George will not repent. He will face the consequences.
Listen, that was actually probably better written than the actual Seinfeld.
That's true. Oh, there's a fucking cat in here.
There's a fucking cat in here?
Yeah, she used to be.
You're fucking Matt Damon? Sorry.
I'm not imagining it's you. I'm fucking Matt Damon in the hall, on the floor, in the bedroom, on the door. The best
At what
one
point
is,
doesn't he say, I'm fucking Hannah Montana?
no, they change it, and Jimmy Kimmel comes back, and he's like, I'm fucking Ben Affleck. He's fucking Ben Affleck.
Good times.
Good times. All right, so
What?
Time.
37.
Jesus Christ.
oh my God, AIs, AIO.
Am I right?
What's the deal with those things? All right, so Martina, did we post anything in group about AIs, or we just pull this out of our assholes?
Pretty much what you just said.
All right, so I mean,
So come on, Zach, tap dance faster. Let's talk about movies with AI.
now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, because, we don't read books. What?
An author reading books? What kind of blasphemous shit is that?
What do you think the first movie you ever saw was that had to do anything to do with AI?
Thinking back on it now, it honestly was going to be Alien. Because that fucking robots that they had flipped the fuck out. Yeah. In Alien. Have you ever seen Alien?
I don't think so.
What? Oh my fucking...
She doesn't like space.
Space!
Did Alien take place in space? Then I didn't see it.
Oh, that's right. No. It was.
No,
It
no.
was
He sounds
Spanish
like fucking
aliens.
Kevin Hart. No.
No. Please, Rock, don't touch me there.
Oh shit.
There's some fan fiction I'm sure is butting around somewhere. The Rock wearing Kevin Hart like a condom.
If there's fan art of that, feel free to send that our way too.
She's a baby having sex with a rhino.
What the fuck? That's illegal.
Well,
On several levels. On every level.
the Kevin Hart's called The Rock a rhino ass more than once, and everybody calls Kevin Hart a baby because he looks like a child. So
It's because people are always carrying him around like one.
yeah, if I was The Rock, I would keep picking Kevin Hart up. So on that note, Layla one time was doing security at a hotel, and they were having like a national little people's get together. There were hundreds of little people there.
Are you about to say something that's going to get us angry letters?
No, this is a true ass story.
This is a true story.
Okay.
So this girl, one of the little women comes up to Layla, and she was like, "Excuse me, there's a guy in there. Can you go talk to him? He keeps trying to pick me up." And Layla's like, "I'm sorry that he said no, you did it. I'll go talk to him." She goes, "No, he keeps trying to pick me up, and he's going around the little people convention trying to pick up little people."
And take them away?
I don't know.
And a fetish or something.
Well, I can tell you that we have one patient that is teeny. She's like probably just a smidge over 3 feet tall. When she walked in, You would have thought it was fucking Christmas morning. Elon lit up like the goddamn 4th of July. And he was just like pointing like, oh my God, she's so small. It's like, yes, she's a human and a patient. So stop it, you fucking idiot.
Stop. Elon, stop fucking pointing. She's looking at you. Stop pointing.
And she's the coolest chick ever. She's like a little old lady. She's super nice. And they get into the room. It's an MRI, you know, so like the table goes down low, but not low enough. And so he's looking at her.
God.
Well, no, he's looking at her and she's looking at him. And finally she goes, "You're going to have to pick me up." And he's like, "Oh." He was so excited. I don't understand why people think it's interesting to be able to pick up adults like their children, but he was so excited he talked about it for the rest of the day. Also a true story.
Yeah. No.
She was so making fun of him though, but she was also making fun of herself. She would make these like little jokes about being small.
She'd make these little
jokes. Damn it! That's completely accidental.
Oh man, that's funny.
How did we get on this?
I don't know, but we're gonna keep going.
Oh, because you want to see The Rock and Kevin Hart having sex. That's right.
Yeah, be interesting.
I mean, I'm sure just from a purely kind of perspective, it would probably be
You
interesting.
literally wear him like a condom. So when I worked in the jewelry store, my manager, Lucretia, she was telling us a story about one time during the holidays. She comes out, and there is a 3 foot some change person standing on one of the stools that we have, these short ass little jeweler stools that are next to the cases that people sit down on. And she's standing out and she's leaned over a case, and Lucretia just sees her from behind. And she goes up to her and goes, "Oh, honey, maybe you shouldn't stand down there. Where's your mom and dad?" And the woman turns around, who's in her easily mid-30s to early 40s, and just freaks the fuck out.
Rightfully so. I'm just saying, perhaps do your due diligence before you end up putting your foot in your mouth. Or she starts putting her foot in yours.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Either way, be a short conversation.
It's true. Also, somebody just posted something in the Daddy Kink group that was highly disturbing, but I still want to show it to you.
It's a show it to me thing.
Yes. How do you think they'd feel about that Little Mermaid? They'd be like, "Bring us the Black Mermaid!"
The Little Mermaid is not the Little Merman. Merman!
I'm more disturbed by the fact that King Triton is naked.
And it has a very lustrous, you can see a white bush.
It's true. I mean,
Where
I guess
the fuck did he get legs?
I mean, he's a fucking god. I'm pretty sure he can do whatever he wants. He probably could have given her legs the whole time. He just chose not to. Because he's her father.
I'm not about to give you legs. You can go around spreading them all over the goddamn ocean.
You're 16. You don't know what you want. Today you want legs. Tomorrow you don't.
That's so funny.
It's raining outside.
It's raining men. I can hear it. It's horrible. They're all crying and dying.
It sounds like you're an AI writing a story now.
I don't know. It's funny. Like we're at the point of technology where we're inventing these AIs, and there's a really terrifying one that everybody thinks is funny, where they basically made like this standing AI, and it's a computer program, and they're like, you need to get from point A to point B, and they put all these obstacles in the way, and every time it hits an obstacle, it has to start over. And the AI started figuring out how to make it jump and crawl and all that shit without being told. It was literally told, get from point A to point B and don't touch any of this shit.
Yeah, I don't find any of that fascinating. I find it all vaguely horrifying.
So the guy, the engineers that have an AI robot.
You know what the AI was? Google.
Your dog's having a seizure. Are you okay?
No, he's dreaming about the bunny. Get the bunny.
Sounds like fucking bunny.
But there's another one where they taught an AI, a real robot that was like, it was like humanoid in shape, how to target and shoot guns. And so this fucking AI is standing there and just like shooting pistols at targets. I'm like, do you want fucking Skynet? Because that's how you get fucking Skynet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't find this like... But then Melissa and Michaela will get into a debate about whether if AIs
Does it have a
ever...
soul?
Right, well, if AIs ever develop, will AIs eventually, like... Because Melissa was mad that they were talking about giving an AI citizenship. To which I was like, who fucking cares? Which is pretty much me talking about 90% of things. And they're debating it, like, hotly. They're just like, Michaela's like, team AI, and Melissa's like, scared to death, you know? And they're fighting over it, and I'm just like, I'm going to bed. Good night. Like, I don't have any time for it, but I don't understand why... One, I don't understand why anybody would give a fuck if we gave a robot citizenship. It's like, if we gave a fucking rock citizenship, would that, like, make people angry too? Who fucking cares? But Michaela, on the other hand, again, she's got an obsession with that stupid video game, so she thinks of AIs as these sentient creatures that, like, have feelings and, like, are being abused and stuff like that. So she's coming at it from a completely fictional standpoint.
I don't know. It's, you know, and it's funny because there's a lot of, like, top-end scientists right now that are saying how irresponsible it is that we're developing actually functioning AI.
I think they're correct. Like, I think that just because we can do something doesn't mean we should.
Hell no.
Like, I've seen Terminator at least 50 times. I know how it ends. Think we all do. All ends with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger saying Sarah Connor in a weird way and then blowing away everybody who has her name.
And teasing us but never showing us his dick.
What? Arnold was teasing you with his dick?
No, he never shows it. That's what I'm saying. Is you were titillated but never...
Please don't ever say titillated again.
Why?
Because that is a terrible word.
Why?
Are you saying that you want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I mean, I think that he's pretty much established that he was
No,
saying he was
I'm
upset
saying-
that he thought he was going to get to see Arnie's dick, and then Arnie was like, nope, just the butt.
Don't call him Arnie, because now I think about the Arnie from fucking Roseanne.
Oh, I'm sorry, only Arnold Schwarzenegger's dick does it for you?
I'm not saying that I wanted to see his dick. I'm saying that he was always like side.
You said that you were titillated.
No,
And did he not use the word titillated?
I did say titillated, but as a global.
You were globally titillated? That should be the name of the episode. Globally titillated.
What was the one that you were supposed to make a poster out of with the shit that I said last time?
Oh god, my fucking head hurts.
Do you remember what it was, honey?
Huh?
Do you remember what the one that you're supposed to make a promotional poster out of?
No.
Well, that worked out well. Oh, I'm thinking.
Are you?
Are you?
I'm trying to find something.
What are you trying to find? Is it the picture
My
of
will
Arnie's
to
dick?
live.
Oh man, I don't know. I think all in all, I think it's an interesting concept. I mean, I don't fawn over it like a lot of some people do in the dense sci-fi genre. Some people like that's a huge crutch for some storylines and certain fandoms. I could really take it or leave it at that point. I don't view AIs as functioning characters.
Yeah, I mean, does everybody feel just a little sad when Arnold gets melted in Terminator 2?
Oh man, the thumbs up shit.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little sad.
Yeah. And he comes back.
It just keeps coming back, and they just keep making stupider and stupider versions of the same movie.
They need to stop making Terminator movies.
I'm pretty sure they're about to release the next one.
I know they are. They need to quit. He's getting
Though I gotta say, Linda Hamilton is jacked in this movie, considering she's like 60-something years old. She's ripped.
Cool.
Yeah. How do they explain why Arnold Schwarzenegger is so goddamn old? That's what I want to know. Did he also come back as an older, more mature version of himself?
I don't know. I'm hoping that they do because it's been fucking 30-something years.
Yeah, it's glaringly apparent that he is very old. Still ripped, but old.
Stallone's in better shape than he is.
I don't know. I haven't seen Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, he still, like, goes to the gym, shreds it up almost every day and all that other shit. Arnie's had too much work done to his face.
I don't know. He always looked weird to me. He always looked weird like that to me. Always. Oh my god, my knee is
So what are you
killing
looking
me.
up? Is it relevant to this podcast?
Yes, I was trying to find that stupid video game since my fucking dog. I'm sorry, but my knee. My knee is killing me. What's really funny is he's like, I'm not moving, bitch. He's like, you can stick your fucking whole foot right in my mouth. I'm still not moving.
What is it?
I'm trying to find the name of it. Can't believe she, like, fucking left me hanging like that. Actually, I believe it. Is it Days Gone?
I don't know. Like I said, that game sounds wicked depressing. I don't know if I would even play it for enjoyment. I can't imagine why anybody would.
She likes depressing video games. She's a...
It's like people that like depressing shows, like your sister that watches that BoJack Horseman.
Is that depressing? People always act like it's really funny. It doesn't seem funny, but I don't like
She
cartoons.
thrives. She keeps like, it's so good. They do such a great job of displaying mental disabilities and combats with depression and schizophrenia and all this other horseshit. Get it?
Should be called BoJack Horseshit. At least you think I'm funny. Really funny. Are you alright? Layla, he's broken. Fucking hit him.
What?
Oh my god, you're a dork laughing.
She's growling at me.
Damn it, I cannot find the name of it. I'm mad because I can usually find it, but I don't even know that, like, I don't even know how I would describe it.
Really shitty, depressing video game.
Yeah, but I mean, that brings up a lot of choices.
Well, it's like I said, it's the same thing with Fallout 4. Like, they have the synths, and there are these, AI run things that become self-aware, and then people are trying to, like, save them, and there's a big debate in the game of, can you just kill them because they're robots, nobody gives a shit, or are they synthetic people?
Synthetic people. I don't know why, but synthetic people doesn't seem like it should be a thing. It's like an oxymoron.
Turkey bacon, non-dairy creamer, Trump president.
What happened? What's happening right now?
She's curling the fat man, and he's like, what the fuck? What the
Help!
fuck?
Help! I need an adult.
His face just made that.
Oh god.
Oh man, Martina, this is about all I got. So
yeah, I think we beat this horse into the ground.
Good times. So you gonna hit us up with some social medias?
Sure, why not? If you want to hear more of this shit show, or recommend a topic we actually might know something about, feel free to hit us up on Facebook at Books and Bullshit, Instagram at Books and BS Podcast, Twitter at Books Bullshit P1, or you can email us your angry emails or cool stories at booksandbspodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to rate and review and subscribe and maybe share some of your favorite episodes on your social media so people will listen to us.
If you want more funny stuff, we've got tons of it. Go hit up our Patreon, check that out. Once again, come times where I thank all of our Patreons for all of your wonderful service, and ask that if you're listening...
your wonderful service. Thank you for your support.
They do. They provide us a service. It's that support. If you're listening right now to the free stuff, know that all this cool free content you're listening to is all thanks to the Patreon. The donations that we get through that funds everything from the gas money to the audio equipment to the membership fees and the website stuff that we have to pay for. And thank you guys. If it wasn't for our Patreons, this wouldn't be a thing. Thank you. If you're interested in that, and I promise, we're actually, as we're getting off this, we're going to make a couple of shorts and some videos that are going to be Patreon exclusives. There's so much stuff that we put on the Patreon every single month. It's huge. So go check that out. There are multiple tiers. You can kind of pick and choose which one you want depending upon how deep you want to go into our rabbit holes.
And if you really want to see us make Zach cry, we will be willing to add that $50 tier.
Yeah. I mean, I might cry because one of the things that you're missing out today is we have homegrown Colombian peppers from Italy that are stupid spicy. I'm going to be eating some of those raw for see how I can handle one of our little internet pepper challenges. And I'm also going to be trying the bottle spin kick internet challenge.
As soon as Layla and I draw straws to see who the loser is who has to hold the bottle.
Yep. And yeah, that's where we're going to be at. So, thanks guys for playing. Go check out our Patreon. Again, we have tiers as low as $1. Everything helps, guys. I appreciate it. Other than that, thank you guys for coming on by. We always had a blast. Take care. Ta-ta.
Bye.